He's a national champion, a Heisman Trophy winner, and the quarterback that led Florida State to 26 consecutive victories over the last 2 seasons before being knocked off by Oregon in the first ever college football playoff. So what is life like now for the Seminoles without Jameis Winston? Hey everyone, I'm Shae Peppler, and the Noles, they're just days out from their first spring football game. For the first time in 2 seasons, there's no Famous Jameis on that roster. To discuss what's going on in Tallahassee, we welcome in our Florida State insider, Tim Linafelt. Tim, how is life different in Tallahassee without Jameis, and who do you see filling his shoes this season?
Well, it is, in fact, different, and more so than just the on-the-field production of Jameis Winston. It just kind of feels different around here. You know, a flashback to a year ago, you've got a Heisman Trophy-winning, national championship-winning quarterback and the preseason #1 team in the country. The spotlight burned a little bright, whereas this year maybe feels like Florida State's operating just a little bit under the radar. It looks so far that Sean McGuire is the front runner to take over for him. He's a fourth-year junior, played last year in the Clemson game, played a full game, and had a bit of an uneven performance, but still managed to lead FSU to an overtime win over Clemson. 3
touchdowns, 4 interceptions for McGuire so far in his time with Florida State. Well, Jimbo Fisher, the head coach for the Noles, he weighed in on the Noles' progress without a star quarterback. Here he is on the squad's deficiencies.
I like the first scrimmage better. Didn't particularly like this one either side. There's a bunch of guys out there, in my opinion, were trying to endure it. Picked their moments and played hard at times, but no consistency.
So inconsistency is what Jimbo believes is the main cause of concern right now. But Tim, you're around this football program day in, day out. Will this lack of consistency be reflected in the spring game?
Well, it's funny because right after that clip that you just played in that very same interview, Jimbo Fisher actually got a lot more heated and a lot more animated. Really wasn't very pleased with the team scrimmage the other day. I think part of that is due to the fact that one, you're kind of reaching the dog days of spring, if that's a thing. We're moved on into the last week of spring practice. I think guys are tired. They're a little worn down. The team has had to operate in the face of a ton of injuries. They've had about 20 scholarship players out at various times. They have only 2 scholarship linebackers available, so that's been a bit of a grind. And then I think lastly, Jimbo Fisher, he knows how to motivate his team. He knows how to light a fire under those guys, and I think he wanted to let them know that, yes, they're talented, but if they think they've got it all figured out, they don't just yet, and I suspect they'll have some of those things worked out by Saturday.
20 scholarship players out with injury. Unbelievable. We'll see how they turn things around. Tim Linafelt, thanks so much for the insight. We'll talk to you soon.
Anytime.
Well, there might be a new quarterback for the Seminoles, but the school right up the road, the Florida Gators, they have a new head coach. Be sure to check in with Ray Crawford on what's going on in Gainesville. That's streaming right now, CampusInsiders.com.